Hey, oh, hey, I'm Ashley, and this is for Dizzy Birds. On this channel, we use a zero based budget, cash stuffing, and savings challenges that actually make saving fun. If you're new to our channel, we have big goals. We want to get out of debt, get ahead on our monthly bills, and totally transform how we think about money. If you're also ready to take control of your finances one paycheck at a time and maybe have a little fun doing it along the way, you're in the right place. Today's video is part of our new series, Saving with Friends. It's our Saturday game night. So we've got some fun annual challenges that come from my friends in the budgeting community that we're going to play. And of course, we're going to wrap up today's video with this week's Survivor collab. So grab your favorite drink, your favorite snack, and let's get to it. Hey y'all, happy Saturday. It's Saturday for you. It is definitely not Saturday for me. It is Friday and I am bulk filming this week. I always do anyways, but it's especially important this week for me to do that. If you are in any of the states that are about to get slammed with a winter storm, whether it's ice or snow, we are preparing for all possibilities, one of which could be that we could lose power. So it was really important to me that we get our filming done as early as possible so I can go ahead and get it uploaded just in case the worst does happen and I don't have the ability to do it for the rest of the weekend. So it is Friday for me. I'm going to be filming, but you'll be seeing this on Saturday if you are able to watch YouTube and you're not without power either. So if you're in the path of these storms, I hope you all stay safe and warm. We are definitely hunkering down for the weekend. We are expecting at the very least quite a bit of snow. And where I live, which is Oklahoma, while we do get snow in the winter, sometimes it's not a very common thing, and it's usually ice. So we're just kind of used to just once it's coming, we just stay home. So we rushed out and got our milk and our bread. We had to find bread. I don't know what it is. It always sells out. So we got all our emergency stuff ready to go, and we just don't know what's coming for us. So thought we would go ahead and get the filming done. So what do we have planned for our Save with Friends video? We do our Save with Friends binder, which includes Save with Judy. We've got Rock's Budgets, April's Fresh Start. We have the Ultimate 2026 Challenge from Pam Champion. And we've got a couple of other things. This will be the last Save with Friends for January, so we're going to have to make that decision before we do our January roundup on what we're going to do with the money that's in those challenges, whether it's going to go to debt or hang around long term. So lots of stuff to do. I'm also going to make sure I take care of my 2026 box challenge and get that out of the way for the week. But to start us out, like always, I like to share with you kind of our plan for our savings from my budget book. On the other page, on the flip side here, we have our variables and our fixed expenses after we have our income in and we pay all of those. What we have left on this page here is what we have for saving this week. So we have our non-negotiable camper payment and storage that we set aside every week. And after that, this week we have $250 to save with. So we have our typical amounts going to month ahead, which is $30. Minis and tinies are getting $50 and $30. And then we have some, our New Year tinies binder, which is fairly new, is getting $11. Our s'mores binder is getting $15. Our 2026 is getting $30. And then we have what's left. It goes in our Save with Friends binders. We've got our Survivor. We've set aside $10 in case we do not pass. Now, I will update you on what I know about the Survivor challenge when we get to that point. But I'm hoping to pass this week. We've got our Save with Judy, Rock's Budgets, April's Fresh Start, Year of Minis from Bookish Mama Budgets, and then Pam Champion's the Mrs. Champion Ultimate 2026 Challenge. So a total of $250 being saved this week. over the 3 videos that I will be uploading. So with that, I guess we'll get to it. Now, normally I share with you some products and things that I want to remind you of. I'm going to go ahead and get to the filming part of the binders itself, just because we've got a lot to do in a small amount of time with the bulk filming. But if you are interested in becoming a member on my Ko-fi, be sure to check that out, because there is a deadline to get this month's package. And I've got some cute stuff designed and ready to go. Oh, and we are approaching 850 subscribers. I do have a 850 subscriber freebie. Actually, I've got a couple designed and ready to go. So if you wouldn't mind sharing my page out, or if you haven't already subscribed yourself and you would like to, we'd really love to have you along. We're trying to reach that big goal of 1,000. Okay, so how much we have to save this week with friends is well, $10 for Survivor. We have to leave that one be, and then outside of that, $74 total. So I went ahead and I put the $10 safe and sound in the Survivors in envelope so that I wouldn't accidentally spend this. So the rest of this is the $74 that we have available to put towards the rest of our challenges in this binder. And we will see what we can get done. I know we have some that are kind of running on a monthly cadence, and we're trying to knock those out. But if we have to cross over into the next month, we'll have to do that. So up first is April's Fresh Start. She's got her freebie here that I printed and laminated from her Ko-fi shop. She's got a saving through the years. They're all absolutely beautiful and save us about $30 to $31 per month, depending on the days of the month. And so we are trying to get this one finished this week. So I'm going to pick this one right here in the middle. Ooh, it's a 1. That's a nice, safe one. I'm hoping that we got all the big ones out of the way. And yes, I could do the math. And there's a 4. So we're going to put that back and grab a 5. And we're going to go ahead and scratch this one and see. Oh, it's a 2. So that's actually quite perfect. So for $7, we are going to be finishing out our very first month of April's Fresh Start. And that is very exciting. Okay, so let's pull this up here. Let's see what we have. So we have 10, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, and 31, just like we are supposed to have. Now, I am going to wait till our January roundup to pull these because we are not 100% sure how we're going to do that. I imagine that we will pull these for a debt payment because most of our extra savings is needing to go there. But we'll save that for the January roundup video. Okay, up next is Rock's Budgets. We have sort of a similar thing, this cute little penguin here, and we only have 2 to scratch. So we are going to try to knock that out. Okay, 2. And then our last scratch over here with this adorable penguin is for 4. 2, 3, and 4. And we'll put that back for a 5. So we're putting a total of $6, cleaning this up. And if we count up here, we should have a total of $30 if we did it right. All right, so 10, 15, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. $30. Okay, so right there we have finished 2 January challenges, likely to go towards a debt payment, but we will wait till our January roundup. And then we'll get to pull out each of these February challenges next video. Okay, up next we have Playing with Friends, Save with Judy, and that is going to be over here. We just need to find that. Okay, that's our adorable little gnome here, and we just have to color in one of these little guys. And once again, I do not have our sweet Finn with us today to help us choose colors, so I'm just having to figure it out for myself. And I guess I can chat with you guys a little bit while I do this. So, if you're not, or you're not in the part of the United States, or even in the United States, to know that we are about to get hit with a pretty massive snowstorm. And we've known about it for about a week now, so we've had time to prepare. But that does not mean the grocery stores don't sell a lot of bread and milk, and people kind of just go a little bit nuts. So, especially here in the South, where it's just not a normal thing. I am betting there are areas in the country where people don't go quite as nuts over weather like this, because I mean, it is winter, so it's kind of, you would expect it. But I do hear that this is supposed to be a pretty bad one. So if it does do what it's supposed to do, we could have a lot of people without power. So I went and picked up my grandmother for an example. She lives about 40 minutes away from me, and is currently living by herself since my grandfather is in a nursing home temporarily. So we didn't want her to be home by herself without access to heat if her electricity were to go out. So we kind of bullied her into coming and staying with us. I think she's enjoying herself, but I think she'd rather be at home. But it's better safe than sorry. So she's with us, hanging out with us as we hunker down for the storm. We've got all our emergency food and our water and all of that ready to go should we need it. And we're just gonna have to see what's gonna happen. So it's supposed to start tonight, which is Friday for me. I know you guys are seeing this on Saturday, so hopefully by the time you're seeing this, we still have power. But if we don't, we don't. We will, I got books. I can read books. As long as the sun is up and I have my and I have candles, even if it isn't, I got books, so I'm okay. But the kiddos who are used to, video games and internet and YouTube, they're going to be having to figure out something else to do with their time. So, in that regard, it could be challenging. So, yeah, we've got that coming. I'm really I don't mind snow, especially over the weekend when we don't have to go anywhere. But my husband, as you may know from other videos, he is one of those very important people who drives the brown truck and brings you your packages, if you know what I mean. And when the weather's bad, a lot of times they still have to be out in it because they got to get stuff out. So I always worry about him a little bit because bad weather, bad stuff can happen, whether it's driving our personal car back and forth to work or him in the truck itself, in the delivery truck. So, okay, I think I'm going to leave this guy's beard white because he just looks like maybe he does. We're going to call him Sleepy. I don't know, he just looks, because of his little stars, looks like he wants to take a nice doze. So Sleepy here needs his $5, and then we have finished out our entire month. I'm so excited. We're finally playing with friends with Judy's challenges. I've seen them every year and always wanted to. Okay, so $10, $15, and $20. See them all over YouTube. So we will, again, before the January roundup, decide how we're going to handle, if we're going to hold off and take care of that, or pull it each month and make a debt payment. Okay, and then so that was $5 going there, and then also here I did go ahead and get an extra $5 here for this fifth icon for her 2026 challenge to make up for all 5 January icons with these cute little mittens. All right, so we're going to be able to put 10 in right there. And that should give us a total of $25, which it does. $25 right there for our January savings for Save with Judy. So we are well on our way there. Okay, so this one, I still haven't gotten a dashboard, but hey, we're making progress because at least now I have it in an envelope. This comes from Bookish Mama Budgets. It's 2026 year of minis. We have enough rolls here to do one each week, and we are doing a 4-sided die on this card, and so we're going to find out how much. Okay, it's been a 4 every week so far, so you know, maybe this will end up being a pretty decent save. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Go ahead and put this in, and so far 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. You know what? Let's go ahead and trade this in for a 10 just to keep that condensed down. And we will just keep going on this one. We probably will need to make up a roll. I realize now because we started a week late on that one. We'll make it up somewhere though. Okay, so if I did my order correctly this time, we've done everything except Survivor and the Ultimate 2026 Savings Book. So everything that I have left should be safe to go to that. These are challenges we're starting in February. So let's go ahead, get out our 2026 challenge book. We're going to start with our $5 per week here. We are behind on this one, so we do need to get this one caught up as well. But we will hit that up next week. Maybe I can put aside, no, maybe we'll get caught up this week if we can get through the rest of this. We'll see. Okay, so there's our $5 for today, and then we have 4 little scratchers left on this page. Let's see what we have left for January, because I don't remember how much this is and I don't want to overspend, but I also would really very much like to get her January challenges done if we can. I want to start fresh with February. And we'll be in the same boat. We have to decide what we're going to do with the money during the January roundup. I want to keep saving, and that's a 4. Sorry, in case you can't see it. I want to keep saving, and oh, that's an 8. That is spicy. All right. That is an 8, y'all. 1, 2, and 3, but we have officially finished this page. So now we're going to go to the second January challenge, which is this dice challenge, and we're going to hope the dice is being nice to us. So we have a couple of options left here. So we have a D, that's a D10. I need a D8. So we're going to roll for the D8. And so far, 2 of the dice have been pretty ugly to us, and 1 gave us a 1. So I don't know. Be nice. 6. Well, I don't know if I would call that nice, but it's not overly mean. Okay, so we could be doing worse. Okay, so we have 6 there, and that's our last 5. Okay. The next largest one is a D6, and that's a 4. So again, could be worse. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, we're going to do our D4. It is a 4. I'm telling you, I think that D4 just likes to be 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we have $4 left, and a D3. The worst it could be would be a 3. But you know what? I don't know that I don't think I've ever had a reason to play a D3, and I don't think I have one. So we're going to have to be creative here. So with this D6, 1, 2, or 3 is obviously 1, 2, or 3. 4 will be 1, 5 will be 2, and 6 will be 3. That's what we're going to do. 6 is a 3. Okay, so it's a 3. It's a 3. Okay. So that's 3 of our $4, and this says dealer's choice, but I tell you what, we're going to make it a no IOU sort of situation. We're going to do that last dollar, and we have officially finished out both of those January challenges. So let's see how much we have put into this today, and this would be for both challenges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. All right, I'm going to get a 10 of those. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And I'm going to condense that down just to make this easier to count and keep the envelope kind of condensed down. And then we've got a 5. All right. So for today, we had 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, and 42 so far. And let's go ahead and trade this in for 2 20s. All right. So we have 42 going in today. And here's what we're going to do about getting caught up on our yearly challenge here is if we don't lose, if we pass our survivor challenge, we will use that extra $5 to get us caught up there on that one. That's what we're going to do. If we fail, though, we'll have to get caught up some other way. So let's go to our ultimate 2026 savings challenge here. And let's see how much we have saved for January all together. It looks like a pretty good save. This one is, I'm going to make the decision now that this one will likely be pulled each month for a debt payment. This is just too much money to be sitting around and not be paying towards debt. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, and 100, 105, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So 110. That's amazing. Let's do this. Let's trade this sucker in for 110 right there. So let me get 100. We've got a $100 bill and $10, so 110, and that'll go up just $5 if we don't fail Survivor. We will get caught up on that. But wow, $110. That is a lot of savings and a really good debt payment. Okay. So we're going to set this aside. I don't know why I put that binder away, because you know what we have to do now? We have to do Survivor. All right. And listen, this has been an exciting week watching everyone so far figure out how to play this next game. I can give you oh, I don't need the binder. That's why I put it away. I knew what I was doing. I just need the book. So because I'm filming so early, I have not yet seen the update on who was eliminated this past week, but we did play Stephanie's game and we did fail. So I do know that my team was not up for elimination, so I should be safe. My team should be safe, but we'll have to wait, and I'll have to update you, or you can go watch Maddie at Floating Funds when she posts her update and find out for yourself. But we are on to week number 4, savings with Tracy. Her game is right here. And y'all, this one was stressing us out. I did not reprint this, but the instructions have changed. So if you are playing along at home, go check out her Ko-fi Savings with Tracy, because she did repost it with the new instructions, because the current instructions here were so hard no one could possibly pass it. So we shifted the instructions around a little bit just to make it a little more about strategy and give us a fighting chance at all. So here's what's going to happen. We're going to start by rolling our very first number. And the new rules state that if it's a 1 or a 2, we can roll again to get a higher number. So we're going to see, okay, so that's a 3. That's not super great start, but technically the rules do say 1 or 2. So if it's not a 1 or a 2, I can't re-roll. So we're starting with 3. Now we get to go to 3d6, and we're going to roll all 3. And all I need to find here is something lower than a 3. And thankfully, I have a 2. So I'm still in the game. Now, if we ever don't get what we need out of the 3 dice, then we are out. And that is where we are out. So to get all the way to end to pass. Okay, so now I need something higher than a 2. And again, I have my 3 dice. Okay, that's kind of tilted like that, but we had a 6. I had 2 6s, so even if you think I shouldn't have moved that, I didn't totally cheat. The problem is I have to go higher than a 6. I don't know. Are we supposed to keep... You can't be higher than a 6. Do I fail? Do I fail, guys? Yeah, I didn't even get a 6. So I failed. This is so sad. So sad. I did not get there. Okay, so I got to box number 3, which I will put in my score. And that's a bummer. That's a bummer. I'm hoping, I know that someone from my team did pass this challenge, even though it is very challenging. So I'm hoping the rest of my team can come through. But yeah, that's that. I was hoping I would do better than that. That is 2 weeks in a row that the dice were not nice to me. That's okay. I'm having a blast. But that means we did fail, so we have to pay our $10. Let me make that mark there. $10 instead of the 5. So we will not get caught up on that one for the Ultimate 2026. We're going to have to put our extra 5 in here. And so far, with the weeks that we have played and failed, we have 5, 10, 15, and 20. And then I had 2 weeks where I passed. So a total of $30 saved so far for Survivor. And I don't know about this one. This one may hang around just because I want to see how much we save at the end. So disappointing. This game was hard. I'm excited to see how the rest of the group does and if they're able to get further than me. But yeah, that darn 6. Darn 6. Okay. All right. That does it for Saturday's Saving with Friends. It's a very anticlimactic, or maybe it isn't. It's a huge fail. It's cliffhanger. We'll have to wait and see how I do against the rest of the group. Hoping I can hang in there and not get eliminated. Our next video will be our typical Monday minis, and then our Tiny Tuesdays to follow after that. So if you have watched today's video and you liked it, please give me a comment down below. Let me know. And also, I'd be curious to know if you're hunkering down from this incoming storm, or if it's going to miss you. I hope if you are in the storm, you guys all stay safe and warm, and read a good book. And I will see you in the next one. So y'all hang in there till then. Bye.